Hi, my name is Alyssa, and for this assignment, I chose symbolic interaction theory and decided to analyze its portrayal in one of my favorite TV shows, The Midnight Gospel. Symbolic interaction theory helps us understand how meaning is directly created from the communication process with self and others. This created meaning influences our behaviors, self-perspective, and worldview. It describes how our basis of reality is formed from interactions and how these interactions can change that perception. In other words, how we speak to ourselves and how others see us has a major impact on who we are, who we become, and how we see the world around us. George Herbert Mead was a teacher at Chicago University from 1894 to 1931. It was here he lectured ideas that originated the core of this theory. Unfortunately, he published very little about his findings before he died. Although one of Mead's students, Herbert Bloomer, was the one who created and named the theory based on Mead's research. In episode 7 of the show The Midnight Gospel, there are many conflicts to choose from that represent symbolic interaction theory. Although the show takes on more of a symbolic approach of conflict rather than traditional conflict. The setting of the scene is a chaotic background while the main character Clancy and the personified version of Death walk and talk. They enter a hall of mirrors, and the following dialogue goes as such. Clancy: I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but can you tell me what all these mirrors are? Death: Sure, this is a trial of judgment. All these mirrors reflect parts of yourself that you're ashamed of, stuff you try to hide from yourself. You have to forgive them. Clancy: Forgive them? Death: Sure, this is a good icebreaker. As seen in the last slide, Clancy confronts his literal reflection, and by doing so is able to change his perspective by re-examining parts of himself that he doesn't like due to Death's influence. This is a good representation of the self-concept in symbolic interaction theory, which describes the relatively stable set of perceptions that people hold of themselves. It also depicts the looking glass self-concept, or our ability to see ourselves in the reflection of another's gaze. And it also shows how other people's influence can change our already existing perspective. Understanding symbolic interaction theory can drastically change the dialogue, whether that's inner self-talk or communicating with others. Knowing that we go into conversations with a pre-existing notion on ourselves influenced by how we think others view us, we could adjust our mindsets to focus less on judgment and more on creating shared perspectives. We could be more open with others regarding personal and social taboos, resulting in deeper meanings and bonds. This could build stronger relationships quicker and could change negative societal norms for the better. The Midnight Gospel highlighted key concepts that exist within symbolic interaction theory. It portrayed the importance of self and how we develop these internal thoughts and ideas, mainly through the influence of communication with others. By analyzing the scene in the episode, we concluded that these perspectives can change and why it is so important to be aware of this theory and its effects.